Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live video. Snag your child's brain to facilitate learning on a neurobiological level. So let's get into it. So today, caregivers and parents, today I'm going to show you how you can use neurobiology and focused attention to facilitate neural firing and subsequently learning. In the next 5 minutes or so, I will share with you what SNAG means and how you can use it to help your child learn and grow to be the person you know they can be. Using SNAG, we can form new connections in the brain and cause neural firing that wires together. This neural firing through focused attention literally changes the brain's wiring and builds new pathways. My name is Matt Kenyon, and I am a family relationship coach and the owner of Free Thought Coaching, where I help parents end conflict, build happily integrated families, and foster trust. My promise is that there is always one strategy, tool, tip, or piece of advice that you can use immediately after watching my videos. So let's get into it. SNAG, S-N-A-G, is a concept that was introduced by Daniel J. Siegel. You may notice I use a lot in his book, Mind Sight, from 2010. I've mentioned this book before. Here's a copy of the cover. Highly recommend all of Daniel Siegel's books if you're interested in this neurobiology, especially as it relates to parenting and attachment, trauma, and childhood development. So what does SNAG stand for? SNAG stands for Stimulate Neural Activation and Growth. So it means that we stimulate neural firing, which in turn strengthens the pathways, increases firing speed, and or forms new neural connections. It's just really kind of a fancy way of talking about learning. And the idea is based on the Hebb's law, which is really complicated, but we can paraphrase it down as neurons that fire together, wire together. What does that mean? Well, that means that when neurons in our brain fire together, they literally wire themselves together. And as we increase them firing together, it makes it more likely that they will fire together again, hence learning. And it can be learning a tool, it can be learning some information, it can be learning experiences, it can be learning a new way to respond. There are multiple ways that it can affect the neurons in the brain. It can create new neurons. It can enhance existing neurons. And by increasing the myelin sheath on the neurons, which is something we can get into in a future video, it increases the speed that the neuron fires at, thus increasing reaction time. If you've ever watched a kid start a new sport, and in a year, all of a sudden they're doing things without thinking that they used to have trouble doing, that is because that neural firing that they kept doing through practicing that three-point shot trained their brain, not only by building those connections and making them stronger, but making them fire faster. So now they don't have to stop at the three-point line and line up their shot. They see it coming as they get there, and their brain just does it quicker. So we can intentionally create SNAG experiences that snag the brain and cause this neural firing. By focusing on different parts of the brain and setting up experiences for our kids, we can actually direct this SNAG process. This whole process uses neuroplasticity. If you're interested in knowing more about that, check out yesterday's video on neuroplasticity. So it can help develop integration, which, as I mentioned before, if you've seen any of my videos, you've heard me talk about integration as the pinnacle of health in systems like humans, brains, and families. Specifically, we can use this to integrate the left and right hemispheres, or modes as it's referred to now. We can bring awareness to bodily responses, and that can help us change the way the brain fires and subsequently change the responses that we and our children have. So if we step back again and we look at the bigger picture of SNAG, there are really 7 practices that facilitate this type of neural pathway generation and growth, right? And those are, as defined by Daniel J. Siegel, again, 7 things. Time in, which is another way of saying mindful awareness practices. Sleep, getting good quality sleep. Focus time, time that you or your child are specifically focused on a task rather than having distractions. Downtime, time to just do nothing and let your brain reset and reload, right? Playtime, so important for kids and frankly for adults in our relationships with our kids and with each other in order to build that neural firing. Physical time, exercise, time spent running around playing sports or just playing horsing around with dad or other siblings. And then connecting time, right? Time that the family spends together. We may call this quality time or family time. Note, as we talk about this, that so much of SNAG is about focused attention. So we need to utilize that and be intentional with that. We can do that by being creative at getting the attention of our child's brain. We can remove distractions, create challenges, and do these activities with your child. By integrating all of these different pieces, you can actually increase the chances of snagging your child's brain and rewiring it. So in conclusion, SNAG, S-N-A-G, gives us a big tool to use to help our children to grow and build into the confident, resilient, and successful adults that we know they can be. Use it intentionally to form integration inside yourself, your child, and by extension, your whole family. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Start using SNAG when you can. Happy parenting. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate the love and support. And please leave a comment down below with what in this video resonated with you or something that you're going to take away and use in your parenting. And don't forget, if you haven't already, like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notified when I put out new videos. It really helps get these videos out to other parents like yourselves who really need them. To join my connected parenting community on Facebook, where I have tons of other resources and a group of parents like yourselves who are struggling with the same issues you are, click the link down in the description. Have a great day. Try to be the parent today that your kid needs, and happy parenting.